Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some charts here from the Discord. We are going to be taking requests from the live chat as well. Let me just go ahead and exit out of these screens real quick. Get over here in the Discord. Go ahead and drop your guys' chart requests in the live. If you guys are joining live, if you're not on the live, we will be taking requests over here from the Discord. The Discord is where you guys can put your chart requests in if you can't make the live streams, just over here in the chart request thread. So we're going to be covering all these names here today. We got XCN on here, CLSK, Riot, Jasmine Vet, Mara's Stock, ARB, Snapchat, SMCI. Lots of names over here in the request thread that we'll be covering here today. Those are all loaded up in our playlist right here. So this playlist right here has all those names. Efren, one of our admin there in the Discord, has went ahead and put this playlist together for us this week. So we'll be looking at these, and we'll also be looking at names from the live chat. So if you guys have those in the live chat right now, go ahead and drop them in there, and I will just be going back and forth between these chart requests and the live chat. But I wanted to hone something in real quick for you guys. I came across this. Somebody was talking about it today. I think it was I can't remember his name, King something in the Discord. I want to give him a shout out. He pointed something out on the Bollinger Bands on the market cap of Bitcoin's dominance. So if you guys don't know what the dominance chart is of Bitcoin, this is what the chart is. It's the BTC.D. It represents the percentage of money inside of crypto. So we're talking about like the total market cap of crypto, right? So right now, the total market cap of crypto, so if you add it up, okay, if you added up all of every single coin right now, I'm talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Solana, you added everything up, right? Every coin that exists on the market today, the total market cap is currently $2.31 trillion. Okay, if you added everything up, the market cap of everything put together is $2.31 trillion. Okay, so right now, 59% of that 2.3 trillion is in Bitcoin. So you can see that sometimes this chart goes down extremely far. So the thing I wanted to point out to you guys, and I just made a TikTok on this. You guys can actually go watch that TikTok, or it's on YouTube too. I think it's over here in the, yeah, it's this video right here. This will trigger altcoin season February 11th. And what I just wanted to point out is that when this thing is going up, this means money is flowing into Bitcoin. Well, when money is flowing into Bitcoin, it's flowing out of altcoins. So you could see that this chart has gone up since 2022. Okay, we have not seen an altcoin season since 2021, 2022. Okay, we haven't seen one. So the majority of people who just started trading crypto, like in the last 5 years, haven't got to experience an altcoin season yet. Okay, they don't even know, they don't even understand what it is. Okay, but what I wanted to point out on this chart real quick before we get into these requests is that when this thing tops out, you can see it topped out here in September of 2019. That was at 72%. Okay, when it's at the top is when altcoins bottom. So if I just go to Ethereum's chart right here, okay, again, that date, let's just use the date here, August of 2019. So let's go to Ethereum's chart in August 2019. Okay, 2019 was right, August 2019 was right here, right in this area, right, August, September, August, right here. So $140 Ethereum. Ethereum was $140. You guys understand? $140 Ethereum back in 2019. Congratulations if you bought back then. And you could see this was the low, right? This was the low. So when this topped out, okay, Ethereum bottomed out. Does that make sense? It bottomed out. Okay, it was down at the bottom as the Bitcoin dominance chart was up here at the top. So what happens when this goes down? Okay, it went down to 40% right here. It hit about 35%. So let's just use this low right here from, let's just say August 2021. Let's just, right here in this range, 2021. This was this was the top of altcoin season right here. Okay, and again, we'll go to September 2021 on the chart. September 2021 was right here at $4,000. Okay, it went up to $4,500, but that topped out. So again, altcoin season happens when money starts to rotate out of Bitcoin into altcoins. So my plan with my altcoins, okay, is to not sell until we get back down in this range, okay, between 38 and 44%, right where we bottomed here and right where we bottomed here. We are a long way from that. Again, we haven't seen a real altcoin season since back here in 2021, 2022. It's 2026. It's been 4 years, okay? It's been 4 years since this has happened. Do you guys understand that? Like, again, the people just getting involved in crypto over the last 5 years don't even know what altcoin season is. They haven't experienced one. There's only been 2, okay? Right here in 2018, at the bottom, when this chart was at the bottom, okay, at 35, let's go to Ethereum back here in January of 2028, or 2018, okay? 2018 Ethereum, where are we? 2018 Ethereum, literally at the very top, okay? And then what happened? We sold off, okay? What happened up here? Okay, November 2021. Okay, where was Bitcoin dominance? We just looked at it, right? It was down here at the bottom. So the fact that this thing's sitting right here, I think it topped right here around 60, about 66%. Okay, up here, you topped at around 72%. So, I mean, yes, it could maybe go up, but ultimately everything's pointing down. As long as we're getting in the range, right, between 64 and 71, and then getting out in this range down here between 38 and 44, folks, the majority of people don't even know what an altcoin season is. Altcoin season is going to come, and it's going to, when it happens very fast. Like, it could literally be a couple of weeks to a couple of months. And then by the time the majority of retail finally figures it out, they finally understand what's going on, prices are already insane. Like, right, if you were buying the bottom down here on Ethereum back in 2019, you were buying at $100. Imagine if you were started buying at $1,000. You missed out on the majority of the gains. So I think altcoin season's coming in 2026, folks. And when this thing sells off, okay, back down to 40% or so, 44 to 40%, that's when I'm going to be selling my altcoins. Until that happens, I don't care what anybody says on Twitter or anything. All I know right now is that altcoins are at very discounted prices, some of the cheapest prices they have ever been. And if crypto's here to stay, it's going to bounce back. And I don't think crypto's going anywhere, folks. There's too much money to be made in crypto for the big money. It is a legitimate asset. And once you start seeing the Clarity Act and the Genius Act and all that go into play, I believe that's when it's all going to happen. That's when you're going to see a massive rotation. And again, we're going to get this massive fall off, right? This massive just plunge to the downside. People are going to rotate out of Bitcoin and go into altcoins. If you're buying Bitcoin right now, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, you need to be buying altcoins right now if you guys are following our strategy. Okay, I could care less what the price of Bitcoin does right here. So that's just my little 2 cents for today. Again, that chart is BTC.D if you guys want to check it out. We were looking at the monthly chart. And again, when it's down here between 40 and 44, this is when altcoins are at their all-time highs. Look at this thing. This thing has gone up for 4 years. Okay, altcoins have been getting crushed for 4 years. Okay, so we have a lot of room to go. And it bounced right here in 2018, bounced right here in 2022. If I'm a betting man, I think it's going to come back down here eventually. Okay, and then that's when we'll unload all of our altcoins. So until that happens, we're not going to see the blow off top we've all been waiting for. And it's been a long time waiting. A 4-year move up is a long time, right? A long time. So, yeah. Hopefully that makes sense. What's going on, Nate? What's going on, Jay-Z? What's going on, Brian? Everybody in the chat, hope you guys are having a good day. I see some requests here from the chat. I'll start with Mario for ICP and XCN. ICP, again, where's ICP? Everyone's calling for the bear market. It's at the lowest point it's ever been. So if you believe in ICP, it's at the cheapest price it's ever been before. So I would just wait for a green dot if you believe in the project. It's never been cheaper to buy it. Okay, and buying good quality projects is very important, guys. If you guys are buying meme coins and stuff like that, our strategy does not work with that. We want to buy good projects with utility. The best utility token out there, in my opinion, is Chainlink. And I don't get paid by Chainlink. Someone asked me if I get paid by Chainlink to pump their coin. I don't. I just have a lot of it. I just own a lot of it. So I'm an investor in Chainlink. I've never had conversations with anybody on the Chainlink team. But what I can say is we talked about this on yesterday's live stream, right? Let's go back over here to the Discord. We talked about this yesterday. How do we know if we're getting a fair price on an asset, guys? How do we know we're getting it at a fair price? Okay, it's a very simple, very easy thing to understand. We look at the mean. Okay, the mean is just another word for average. So the average I want to refer to right now is the 4-year moving average. The 4-year moving average is this blue line right here on the chart. Okay, that is the average price over 2 years, or I'm sorry, over 4 years. So, I mean, if you ask me how I know I'm getting a fair price, and to me what makes the most logical sense is we look at the average. What is the average? The average price over 4 years, okay? We want to buy into it, right? So I started buying Chainlink right here at 12. Yes, this liquidation event has me down right now, but I'm not out, okay? I didn't buy here to sell down here, but you could see how it bounces on that 4-year average. Bounce, bounce, bounce. This time it just didn't bounce. We bought back here in 2025 off these green dots, okay, and it pumped all the way to 30. That was one of the best trades we ever made, right, last year. Huge trade, okay? And now, right, look where we're at now. We talked about this on yesterday's live, right? 13 all the way down here to 48, okay? 48% below the 4-year average right now. Okay, if you're one of those people in the bear market camp where you just want to get on Twitter or get in the Discord and say that a bear market's coming, la 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 la, right? It doesn't matter. We don't care. Bear market or bull market. If we're in a bear market, I want to be buying right now. Okay, if you have capital and you're buying Chainlink down here, 50% off of its 4-year average, you're buying it down here, dude. Because look, here's the mean, right? When we're below the average, right? That is when we are in despair. That is when people are panicking. That is when you see the fear and greed index, right, at all-time lows, right? We're at all-time lows. So we have been in a bear market, guys. We have been in a bear market. This isn't something that just randomly happens, right? We have been in a bear market. Look at Chainlink. Chainlink was all the way up here at $28 back in August. Okay, this thing went from 28 all the way down to $7. A 74% retracement since we called the top right here off the red dot. We called that red dot out in September. I sold, I don't know if you guys, I sold all my Chainlink up here between $20 and $28. All of it. I dumped it all. Okay, and now it's all the way back down here. I started my position again right here. And now I'm fiending for more so I could buy more because I don't think the price is going to hang down here very long. I think you're going to see a massive snapback, okay, and people are going to be like, oh, what just happened? I mean, look at this. This candle right here was a 32% candle, okay? This candle, this took 1 week to go up 32%. 32% in 1 week. That's how fast it can happen. Meaning next week we could have a 32% candle and all of these losses are erased. Okay, the people who are losing are the people that are selling right now. Okay, anyone's calling for a bear market, just shut them out. Just don't even listen. They don't know what they're talking about. The only way to make money in the markets is to buy at a fair price or a discounted price. And the majority of retail is buying up here when we're at a premium. Okay, when we're way off of the averages, right? Look how far off the 4-year we were. Okay, up here at 28. We were sitting 50% off of the 4-year average. 50% up. This is when they want to buy. 50% down. Oh no, bear market, bear market, bear market. Dude, none of that matters. It's all jibber jabber. You don't know what you're talking about, man. Okay? We want to buy when it's 50%. You don't get this opportunity very often, right? This doesn't come around every single day. This has never happened, right? On Chainlink's chart. Maybe back here, okay, we had a little dip there from the moving average there. Right, from there to there that was a 54% retracement from the average. It was about 50%, okay? And where are we at right now? 47. Very close. We're not right on the dot, but we're pretty damn close. And again, to us, that's all that should matter. Are we getting a fair price, or are we getting a discounted price, or are we getting a premium? Okay, if you just traded with the moving averages, you'd probably be fine. Okay, just buy when it hits this and buy more when it goes below it. Because again, if you're buying at the mean, you're buying at a fair price. Do you guys agree? Like, how else would we know if the price is fair? I would like to use a 4-year average, meaning the average price over the last 4 years. If I'm buying at that point, I'm going to do pretty good over time. Because when this comes back up here, it's not going to matter if I bought right here or right here. Okay, when I'm selling up here. So again, guys, just think logically. I know there's a lot of emotions right now. I know, dude. I know it's brutal right now, okay? It has never been more brutal. Do you guys understand that? It has never been worse, sentiment-wise, to be a crypto investor. This is at the lowest point it's ever been. Crypto sentiment is at the lowest point in history. Okay, it has never been this bad. Okay, according to the Fear and Greed Index. People are more fearful, more panicked, more uncertain, more doubtful than they have ever been. Okay, in history. So if you feel, right, if you feel the despair, if you feel down and out, you are supposed to, okay? It's supposed to feel like that. Everybody feels like that, okay? What matters is how we react in the situation, right? We can't control the price, just like how we can't control how things happen to us in life, okay? What matters is how we react. If you're going to be emotional and listen to all the bears tell you that a bear market's coming and blah, 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 when we've already gone down 80%, it's already down 80%. We've been in the bear market, dude. We called for the bear market here. We said, boom, we're topping out. What happened? Oh my gosh, we've gone down for 7 months in a row. 7 months in a row. It's supposed to feel bad right now. Okay, but if you're going to quit and you're going to give up and you're going to go chase the next shiny object, we can't stop you. Okay, but I'll guarantee you this. When you go chase that next shiny object you're looking for that you think is going to get you rich quick, something hard is going to happen. There's going to be something that happens where you're going to struggle and you're going to feel like quitting. And when you do, because why wouldn't you? Because you quitted everything else that you did up until this point, you're never going to make it. So, folks, logic, data, discipline. That's what we go by. If you're panic selling 50% off of a 4-year average, you're losing. You're going to lose, right? You're down here. So the only thing you can do is 2 things: hold or buy more. Okay? Someone in the Discord was saying that we're going to be in a 4-year bear market. Okay? I don't know how he comes up with that, but 4-year bear market, whatever, dude. If Chainlink stays down at $8 for 4 years, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy for 4 years. I'm just going to keep buying. Every paycheck, boom, putting a little bit in, putting a little bit in, putting a little bit in. Because when it comes back up here to 30, I'm going to make 230%. If it goes to $100, I've seen people calling for a $400 Chainlink. Okay, so that's where we're at, folks. I'm a little fired up today, baby. Let's go. The Spartan Army's holding strong. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. The sun is finally shining over here. So I'm happy. It looks like we're coming out of winter. Appreciate you checking in, brother. Bobby said he pounded some more Link on today's lows. I love it, dude. I love it, man. I think Chainlink is a no-brainer right now. It's a no-brainer. Like, you could bet the farm on it, and you'd be fine. I'm, again, not a financial advice, but according to the data, according to the charts, you're buying it at a 50% discount. It's like going to Walmart tomorrow to do your shopping, and everything's 50% off. You'd probably be pretty happy. You'd be like, yeah, I'm saving 50% on my $7 t-shirt. But literally you're getting a chance to build generational wealth right now on Chainlink. And a lot of these other names that we're going to cover today. News today actually dropped that, who is it? What are they called? BlackRock? BlackRock bought Uniswap today. Okay, there was news that BlackRock bought Uniswap. Off that news, this thing pumped all the way to 450 and then puked it all the way back. But if you're buying right now, you're buying with BlackRock. So again, we want to wait for that confirmation to see that signal, but I do believe that's coming in the next 2 to 4 weeks. I believe it's coming here in the next 2 to 5 weeks. So just hold the line. I got Jasmine here. Jasmine's turning the corner. Okay, I told you guys last week, if we get these green dots here on crypto in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you guys are going to see you're going to see this. You're going to see a massive move higher. It's going to happen if we can get these dots in the next couple weeks. And I believe they're coming. I mean, look at Jasmine's chart here. Let's see if the Heikenhachi. No, that's not going to tell us anything, okay? But you could see, I think this was the low for Jasmine right here. 0.004, I think that was the low. That will be confirmed. If we get a green dot above this level, that's going to be very bullish. I think it would at least come back into our 4-year average there at about just under 2 pennies. So that looks good. I see one from Mara, from Jordan. What's going on, my brother? Mara's getting pounded. Again, where are we in regards to the average, right? That 4-year average at 16, well, it's right back down here to where we bounced last time in October. So that was $7 there. It bounced at 7 and it went all the way up to 34. So you're buying right now, if you're buying Mara, if you believe in Mara, right now you're buying it at the 2023 low. So today's 2020, so about 2.5 years, the lowest price in 2.5 years, which means everybody that bought in the last 2.5 years is currently down on Mara if they haven't sold already. So I'd really like Mara down here at $7. The next level, if that broke, I would watch for is down here at 350. But I think 7 is a very good, fair price here. It's really going to deeply depend on how Bitcoin performs. If Bitcoin keeps selling off, Mara will probably keep selling off too. But we're not concerned about Bitcoin right now. All we need to be thinking about is altcoins right now, folks. Bitcoin, it's already had its run, right? Bitcoin has already had its run. You could see here in 2023, we called the bottom on January 23rd off that green dot. That was, what, 3 years ago? Bitcoin was at $17,000. $17,000 Bitcoin. Can you guys imagine? Okay, we went all the way up to 120. Okay, and again, this data doesn't lie. Okay, men lie, women lie, the data doesn't. Okay, green dot, boom, January 1st. You see that on my screen, right? January 2023, 17,000, all the way up to 124. That move has happened. Now we need Bitcoin to come back down here and give us a green dot. That's when we'll buy Bitcoin. But as of right now, this is the end of Bitcoin's. It could be the end. Again, nothing is 100%. Something could happen tomorrow and we're back at 150. But ultimately, I think the trade has already happened on Bitcoin. And I think the bigger gains, the larger gains are going to be made in altcoins. Okay, I wouldn't even be paying attention to Bitcoin. If you like Mara, though, it looks like a very good time to be accumulating. Right there at $7. Okay, is a really good spot. Okay, and again, if it comes down to 350, what are you going to do? You're just going to buy more. Okay, or short it if it gets a red dot. So I'd wait for the green dot. If a red dot comes, I would short it. Okay, but your next signal you're waiting on is a green dot, and it has earnings coming up on March 4th. Have I ever bought Bitcoin? Yeah. I have the Coinbase credit card, actually. The Coinbase credit card gives me Bitcoin, 3% back on Bitcoin with every purchase. Link looks like it wants to give a weekly dot. Yeah. Again, if these all come in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to see the biggest snapback. I mean, you're going to see a big impulsive move higher, and retail is just going to crap themselves. They're not going to know what to do with themselves because they thought a bear market was coming for some reason after we've already dropped 75%. We are already down 75%, dude. I cannot hone this in enough. If you are scared right now, okay, there's a reason for that, right? Because, I mean, we've gone down like 50% in the last 4 weeks. That is your position got cut in half in 4 weeks. But from my experience, the faster this pullback happens, right? I'd rather go down 50% in 4 weeks than to go down over a period of like, right, six months, right? 6 months to go down 50%. I don't want to do that. I'd rather get it out of the way, right? Capitulation, rip it up. Okay, very similar pattern forming here. Capitulation, send it down to the floor, and then rip it, okay? $8 all the way up to 30. If you guys caught that bottom back here in April or August, okay, I mean, that was a 290% move. It doesn't matter that you're down 30, 40% right now on Chainlink, okay? It's not going to matter when it rips up 300% back here to the highs. And you should only be buying assets that you believe are going back to the highs. I am fully convinced Chainlink is going to be back up here at $30. I see people calling for $400 Chainlink, and I think it's possible. My target's 100, but I don't normally do price targets. But that would only put Chainlink at a $60 billion market cap, which is actually cheaper than XRPs. Buy now or wait for the signal. That's up to you, man. If you buy before the signal and it keeps going down, you only have yourself to blame. The green dot just gives us more assurance, more certainty. The green dot might not come until it comes back up here to like $11. Okay, so you might lose $3 on that, but I always recommend you guys wait for confirmation. Okay, if you buy now, okay, just expect that it could potentially go down to 650. That's what I would be thinking. But 650 was the low here from 2023, and I don't think it's going to be down there that long. I mean, this hit $7, and the buyers just stepped right back in. Can I look at Atom, Cosmos. Yeah, this one trying to bottom here at 160. I don't like this chart. I don't like this project. I don't know too much about it, but it is trying to bounce right here at 170, which is how we bounced right here. I would wait for the monthly here on Atom. Wait for the monthly dot. This has just been going down and to the right. So, again, it's at the lowest price in 5 years, 6 years. So if you believe in the project, you're buying it at the lowest price it has ever been in 6 years. So you're probably getting in at a pretty good time right now. Again, the people screaming bear market, dude. What do we do in bear markets, folks? How do you make money in the markets? You buy in bear markets. That's how you make money. And I'm not saying Atom's going to go up because, again, it doesn't have a green dot yet, and I don't know much about the project. I know a whole lot about Chainlink, okay? I know a lot about it, and I just can't believe it's blowing my mind that we're literally sitting down here at $8.40. It's a gift. It's a gift is what it is. That's ultimately how we have to look at it. And you're already seeing some of these altcoins pop. You guys saw BlackRock bought Uniswap today. Okay, that was on Twitter. I shared that on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, I'm starting to like Twitter a lot. Okay, I'm starting to like Twitter a lot. That's becoming to be one of my favorite platforms. But you could see BlackRock acquires Uniswap tokens, meaning they are buying Uniswap here. Okay, that's why you saw the big jump there. So if BlackRock's buying right now, what are you doing? You selling because you think a bear market's coming when BlackRock's buying? Doesn't make sense, not logical, but again, everything we do here is based on logic, data, and discipline. If you guys are not familiar with our trading strategy, we follow a very specific set of rules here. We want to buy the green dots on the monthly chart and the weekly chart. All of our trades are for 1 to 6 months out. We do everything based off logic, data, and discipline. Okay, if you guys don't know the rules yet, I do have a free trading course over here that I actually just added a new video to today. Over here in the trading course tab here, just click on this and that'll pretty much teach you guys our strategy and how we look at the markets. But again, how far is Uniswap off its 4-year average? 67%. 67% off of its 4-year average. So you can see how it retraces into it and then pulls back. Okay, broke over it, pulls back. But BlackRock's buying right here. BlackRock thinks it's cheap, so they're buying tokens. So Uniswap, I mean, if you're buying now, you're buying where BlackRock's buying. If you want to wait for the green dot there on the weekly, so be it. Again, we did have some right here in December, but those turned out to be, what do you call that, a bull trap. Okay, we lost our support level we were talking about right there at 470, went down here to 280, but I just don't think it's going to be down here very long, especially if BlackRock's buying it. I think this one will be back here at $9 within no time. I really like Uniswap here. I own Uniswap, actually. Yeah, I'm still holding Pinlink. Yep. CRM, this is what, Salesforce? Salesforce getting smoked again. 4-year average, 244. It's down at $1.80. I like CRM here. Okay, I would just wait for the next signal here. It is trying to find a bottom down here at 180. That monthly wave is also very, very deep. I like it right here at 180. I think 180 is a really good price for CRM. Again, where's the average? The 4-year average is right here at 240. You're literally sitting 25%. So we got a 25% sale going on CRM. Again, the majority of people are wanting to buy up here off of this average. I want to buy into it or down here below it. So if you believe in CRM, it looks very cheap right now, and they also have earnings coming up, looks like next week on the 25th. Coinbase, I got you. Coinbase is also trading at a discount as well, sitting down here at 153. We haven't got our signal yet, but again, we are sitting at a discounted price here at around 29%. 29% off. Chainlink, come and get it. Come and get it. They got earnings tomorrow. So let's watch their earnings tomorrow. That's going to be an interesting earnings call. I would just pay attention to see how they do. If they sell off really hard, definitely going to want to dive into that. Okay, if they go up, which I think they are going to, I think they're going to be green tomorrow. But again, I don't really try to bet on earnings. Again, that's tomorrow, February 12th. That's going to be a big day. But from the technical standpoint, from the chart, right, we are trading at a current discount on our 4-year moving average. So you're literally sitting 30% below the 4-year average. I would call that a discount. Again, when we're at the average, we are getting a fair price, right? When we're at the moving average, we're getting a fair price. When we're below it, we're getting a discount. When we're trading above it, that's when we're buying at a premium. Does that make sense? Coinbase and HIMS, you got stopped out on? Yeah, I sold both of them yesterday. I sold Coinbase to buy MSTZ, which was actually up today. Had a nice 10% day, and it looks like it's turning the corner here on the daily. So the weekly's showing a red, but when we see the red dot, we don't have to sell right away. We simply just set a stop loss at that level. So I have a stop loss down here at 10 on this trade. But HIMS was just unfortunate, man. That was just that was bad luck, is what it was. It was bad luck because we were buying right here around 30. They got sued. Right? No signal, no dot can predict a company getting sued. I just want to make that very, very clear to everybody that there is no 100% guarantee, right, that you're going to make money on a trade. Okay, you can't be 100%. Okay, the way we help ourselves in that percentage, right, into being right more is we invest in multiple names, right? I'm probably holding around 20 names right now. Okay, 20 names that I'm holding right now. Okay, so all I got to do is be right on like 15 out of 20. If I'm wrong on 5, like HIMS, like I was on HIMS, and again, I couldn't control, right? I don't have a crystal ball that's like, don't buy this, they're going to get sued. I can't, right? There's no way for me to tell that. So that's why we never go all in. We never go all in on one play. If you guys watch the trading course, I talk about our position sizing rule, never to exceed more than 2.5% on your total portfolio in one trade. This is important, guys. This is probably just as important as all of this red and green dot, moving average, all that stuff. Okay, this right here is going to save you from things like this. Okay, because if you only invest 2.5% into HIMS, say right here at 30, and it goes down 50%, okay, you're only losing 1.5% of your total portfolio. Does that make sense? So if you only invested 2.5% here on this green dot, and it went down 50%, you only lose 1.5% of your total portfolio because you only risked 2.5% of your total portfolio. Okay? So just something to think about, right? Diversification is key in investing, right? Because we're not going to get every single one of them right. But all we have to do is be right on more than we are wrong. And if you're using our strategy and you're only buying when this wave is down here given a green dot, I think it's about 80% if you can wait 6 months. It's about an 80% hit rate, 70 to 80%. Again, look at Chainlink. Okay, every time you bought down here, okay, it was a good trade. It was a great trade. Okay, it was a good trade right here. Okay, right here, boom. Back here, boom, right here. You were buying at 18 cents. It went all the way up to 53. That was an insane move. So diversification is key. And HIMS was just unfortunate. That's going to happen. I mean, that's not the first time that's happened to me in 9 years where I buy something and then some crappy news. It doesn't happen very often. It's called a black swan. It's probably happened to me 2 or 3 times. That happened on HIMS. And it's just unfortunate. And there was no genie that told me, don't buy this because they're going to get sued. Like, there's no way to predict that kind of stuff. So, right, use diversification. That's going to save you from, something like that. SUI. SUI looks good down here at 90. I love SUI. I think this is one of the strongest, one of the best layer 1 blockchains out there when it comes to community and when it comes to technology. I absolutely love SUI. Okay. And it's down here, right? Everyone was talking about SUI back here at $5. Everybody. I mean, if you guys were around in December, everybody was talking about SUI. You guys want to know where we called SUI out? We called it out back here in July at 60 cents. 60 cents we called out SUI. Okay, nobody knew what it was right here. Nobody knew what it was. Okay, what did it do? Ripski. Okay, 60 cents to $5.50. But where was retail really excited about it? Where were they like, yeah, buy. Right? Buy. It's the next Solana. It's the next Ethereum. Everybody just buy. Ouch. Right? We don't buy when people are excited. We want to buy when people are not having a good time. Do you guys think... I think it is a 100% statistical fact that no one's having a good time right now. Can we all agree on that? We're going to look back to this day, right, this week, this period of time, in 6 months to a year, okay, and we're going to be like, wow. This is history in the making, guys. I've told you this this is history right now. The sentiment has never been this low. Okay, it's never been lower. Okay, it has never felt worse since all the way back here when this indicator came out in 2023, 3.5 years ago, or 3 years ago, whatever the math is. You guys get the point. Right? It's never been worse. People have never felt worse right now. So if you feel bad because your portfolio's down, you're not the only one. Everybody feels this. Okay, what matters is how you react in these situations. Okay, when the tide's turned against you, You guys ever seen the actual movie 300? Have you guys ever actually seen it? Okay, you think that they were a little scared or uncertain or doubtful when they saw millions of Persians marching toward them when there was only 300 of them? You think they felt a little uncertainty at that time or doubt? Right? It happens. I truly believe, and this is all just from my life experience, that when times get hard and when times get tough, that's how you react in those times is literally what defines you as a person. Right? It literally defines you. Okay? Things get hard, people quit. They give up. They go do something else, whatever. They quit. The majority of people, I'm talking probably 95% of people, they give up. They quit. They go chase something else that they think is just going to get them there easily. Right? No one wants to struggle. Have some grit. Okay? Everybody's feeling this, dude. Everybody in the crypto market. There's hundreds of millions of people in crypto. Hundreds of millions of people in crypto. Okay? How you react is all that matters. So if you're one of the people that's shouting, suey, 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 those same people right now that were telling you to buy up here are telling you to sell right now. Does that make sense? Okay? Does that make sense? Go ahead and disagree with me. I really want you to. And there's nothing wrong with having an opinion, right? I encourage that inside of the Discord as long as people are being respectful. Okay? Because bulls and bears make the market. There's always someone that's bullish and there's always someone that's bearish. Okay? But there's also data that tells you when things are on sale and that when things are trading on a fair price, where it makes sense to buy. It doesn't make sense to buy way up here off the average. Right? From the yearly average of SUI, we are down 66%, 66.4% down off of the yearly moving average. Okay? Most people are buying above the yearly moving average. Not a lot of people buying down here, right? Because sentiment is so bad. Everybody and their mother thinks that a bear market's coming right now. And I'm here to tell you, the bear market, we're already in it, baby. We're already in it. And we're pretty damn close to the bottom, if you ask me. Down 85%. Okay? A bear market is defined by definition, a market dropping, I think it's like 20 to 30%. We're down 85% on SUI right now. 85%. From the top. So if this goes back up here to $5 one day, and right, SUI's a growing project, right? It's not just some meme fart coin, butt coin, right? It's an actual project, an actual technology that people are utilizing, right, and investing into. If that goes back up to 5, you're going to make 450%. If that just goes back to where it was here, 450%. Would you wait 6 months? Would you wait a year? Would you wait 2 years? Would you wait 3 years for that to happen? I would. 450%. If it goes to 10, you're making over 10,000 or over 1,000%. A 10x if it goes to 10. And it's possible. Anything's possible. Right? As long as you're buying good quality projects, you shouldn't feel bad about something being down 85% off the high. If Apple was down 85% off its high, let's just say it's sitting at 300. 85% would put Apple right now, if it decides to just take a dump. Oh, man. Are you guys getting anything out of this? That put Apple's stock at $40 right now. $40 if it went down 85%. Would you buy Apple down 85% tomorrow if it happened? If it went from 300 all the way down to 40, would you guys want to buy Apple? That's the kind of mindset we got to have, right? You have to be able to say yes to that question. If you don't say yes to that question on the stuff that you're buying, you shouldn't be buying it. You shouldn't be buying it, okay? Because the money's made in the bear markets, okay? And while everyone's running scared, you should not be scared. You should be wanting to buy more. You should be going to your work with the frickin' smile on your face, okay? Asking for overtime right now so you can have some more capital to invest for your family's future, right? For your generational wealth, right? That you're trying to build. That's why you are building this, right? It shouldn't be for yourself, okay? It should be for your family, for your communities, for the people around you, to serve them better, Okay? Money is not everything. Money is a tool that you can use to better the lives of the people around you. It should not be our only focus. Don't focus on the price. Focus on the goal. Focus on the mission. What is the mission? We need to submit to the mission. If you don't have a mission, you need to make a mission. Okay? I don't do this for myself. I tell you guys all the time, this channel is not about me. I did not intend for me to make this channel and beat my chest and show you guys how great I am and tell you how great I am. I'm just a normal human being, just like you guys. Okay? I've just been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this for 9 years now. Okay, and I've developed this strategy and these indicators to fit my way of thinking and my way of investing. I'm not a day trader. We are swing traders. Okay, it's so much easier to be a swing trader than as a day trader. Okay, a swing trader takes time. The money's not made buying or selling. It's made in waiting with our strategy. You have to wait. Okay, that's why we put that 1 to 6 months on our trading rules. 1 to 6 months. That means a minimum of 6 months. That doesn't mean a minimum of 1 month. That means a minimum of 6 months for these trades to play out. And if 6 months plays out and we're somewhere where we don't want to be, we make a decision, right? We either buy more or we sell it and buy something else. Not every trade is going to be a winner, okay? And what has happened over these last couple weeks on some of these names like Chainlink is unprecedented, dude. This does not happen every day. This has not happened, right? This happened for a second right here, back in August. It went down for a second and then came right back up and ripped in a couple of months. It went from $8, okay, that bottom right there in August. If you guys sniped that, you bought it at 8. And again, all this is telling you is this is where the bulls stepped in. This is where the big guys stepped in and said, hey, it's not going any lower than 8, okay? Where are we sitting right now? We're sitting at 8.30, the same price we were back here when everyone else was scared. Back in August, $8 up to $30. That took from August to December. August, September, October, November, December. 5 months. 5 months from here to here. Okay, that was a 300% move. 300%. Okay, you put in $10,000 here, you now have $40,000. What are we going to do? We're going to take profits, and then we're going to get back in when it makes sense. It doesn't make sense to get in up here, up off the average, up off the 4. We want to buy at the average, which is what we were doing here in December. I do not feel bad buying Chainlink here at 12. I'm literally happy that it went lower so I get an opportunity to buy more. Okay? So, again, fair price, discounted price, expensive price. Use that 200 EMA as a place marker. And if you guys do not have these indicators that we talk about in these videos, you guys can download those over here in the trading indicators section. Okay, just click on this link and everything is going to load right up into your TradingView account. Your screen will look exactly like my screen. Okay, you don't have to change any of the settings or do anything or try to guess or try to figure. You just click this link. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads right back in. There's a video that shows you exactly how to do it and everything loads right up. Okay, if you have questions or need support, my email is right there in the thread, overkill@overkillinvesting.club. Man, I'm fired up. Jeff, what's going on, brother? Zigga. Tom, what's up, brother? Where are you staking your SUI? Are you staking it on Cetus in that pool? I'm planning on averaging down, but that money went to a new well. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, IRL stuff definitely happens. Snap from Alan. I got my check engine light coming on, so I'm sure that's going to go ahead and dig into the old wallet as well here. What do we got? Snap sitting at $5 on Snapchat is literally the 8-year low. So last time Snapchat hit $5 down here was in 2018, and this is one of my largest stock positions right now, just because we're sitting at this historic low. Okay, this is a historic low for Snapchat. I mean, it hasn't been this low in 8 years. So I'm holding my position until I get a red dot on the weekly. Okay, and the next one that's coming is green. I jumped the gun re-entering this, but I jumped the gun because I thought last week that 25% dip was a big overreaction. You could see, if I take this line away here, okay, look how fast we rebounded here. Would have hit this price. And I'm not saying this is going to happen by any means. I believe in Snapchat as a company. I know that they're a social media company, right? My job before I became a podcaster was I ran a social media marketing company. So Snapchat has 477 million daily active users. 477 million. Okay, that's a lot of people. Right? That's more people than legal citizens in the United States every day on the app. So they have a big user base. My case with Snapchat is they're going to get bought out by Facebook or somebody, right? Someone's going to come in there and just buy them, or they're going to figure it out. I mean, if you can't make money when you got 477 million daily subscribers, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, I don't know, and I think something's cooking. And again, it hasn't been this low in 8 years, since 2018 on the chart here. December of 2018, it hit $5, then went on to rally to $84. I mean, that was nearly a 2,000% move. And nothing fundamentally has changed from the business from here to here, except maybe that TikTok came out. That's the one thing that I think might be hurting them. But they announced their earnings, and they made what they were expected to make. They made $17 million more than they were expecting. So that's a 1% increase in revenue. 7.2, okay, up from 150. So they made $20 million more than last quarter, right? And back in when it was trading at all the way back here, right? They were making 900. So they were making less money back here at 80 than they were here today. And right, sometimes you just look at stuff and you're like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. For the indicator, it's one time for the indicator. What's going on, Eric? ARB. I love Snapchat. Like I said, one of my largest positions. It's at an 8-year low, so the lowest price in 8 years. I want to buy at an 8-year low. ARB. This got a green dot, or I'm sorry, a red dot. Just wait for the green dot. I don't know if these things are going to bounce or not. These are all these Ethereum layer 2s. This thing's just melting down. What I'd wait for is a monthly. Wait for the monthly on ARB there. We got Riot. Riot has a green dot right here. It had one back here in April. Ripped all the way up here to 23. Just too high for us up here. It's in chop territory. Our strategy is to buy when this blue wave is down here on the weekly. So off of a green dot like that, boom, 640, bang, rip it. Right here, boom, 690, boom, rip it, 16. Okay, we're just up here in kind of, we can go either way territory. So for our strategy, like, we wouldn't be a buyer here. If anything, we would just, if you're in the trade, we would set a stop loss probably at around $11. If $11 broke, we would be stopped out. Into, yeah, good request, dude. I've been looking at this. Honestly, if I had some extra cash right now, I'd probably buy this thing. This is Intuit. They own TurboTax. They're a tax company. Look at this sell-off, dude. I mean, here's the 4-year average at 566. Okay, it's all the way down 31% off of that average. So I think 400 is a good spot for it. If you wanna wait for the green dot, do it. But right now you're getting a 30% discount. So over the long term, I think you're getting it at a good price. It could potentially, if it comes down to 330, if it hits this average, this is the 8-year average price over 8 years. Okay, so I'm actually going to set up an alert on this to see if this hits. I'm not going to put it in the Discord. I'm going to send an email. But if you guys want to do that on your chart, so how to set an alert for when it hits a price. So I just want to be alerted if it comes down into this average. So this is a 200-month moving average. 200 months would be what? 20 years? That's the 20-year moving average? Holy cow, dude. Yeah, it came out in 93. That's the 20-year moving average, right? Am I doing that right? So 200 months would be, what we got, 12, 24. I don't want to do the math, right? 24, I don't know. Like a 20-year moving average, a 200 EMA on a monthly chart, that would be 330. If it hits 330, I want to be alerted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the horizontal line tool, and I'm going to click on my chart where that level is. Boom. Okay. And then I'm going to right-click on that line, and I'm going to hit Add Alert. Okay, and then I'm just going to say price crossing the horizontal line. So what that's going to do is it's going to alert me when price crosses that horizontal line. Okay, so, and I'm going to click this send email notification, okay, where it says send email, and I'm going to hit create. And what that's going to do is it's going to send me an email when Intuit hits 330. But this looks like a real opportunity. I mean, this is one of those sell-offs where you're like, oh my gosh. Right, kind of like what we've seen on PayPal, right? PayPal, another name that's down here at 5-year lows. I mean, not 5, 10-year lows. 2016 lows. It's sitting at 10-year lows, right? That you just see some things on stocks sometimes where you're like, wow, that just doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And those are the times where it's generational wealth opportunity, man. And Intuit, I think if it comes down here and hits 330, that's going to, I deleted the alert like an idiot. So I'm going to reset it. So again, you just click that horizontal line, you hit add alert, and then I just go over here to the notifications tab, hit send alert, and then you could say hitting the line, right? And it's going to email me and say hitting the line. So that's how you do it. But if that came, I'm going to buy into it if it hits 330. I will. Okay, they're not going anywhere. 16.5 years, Bob says. The 2-year would be a 16.5-year moving average. That's insane. A lot of charts don't even have a moving average on the monthly. Like DJT doesn't, Rivian doesn't, right? These newer names that have come out recently, probably Mara doesn't. Yeah, Mara doesn't even have one. So they have to be around for a long time in order to get that data. What else we got? Any more requests on here? TER. This one's up in sell territory, so we'd be taking profits here. Again, look at the separation here. You're literally sitting 62% off of the 4-year average. Take your profits, dude. Don't be greedy. Do not be greedy. Okay? We take profits up here. Okay? We take profits up here. Greed is a sin, man. Okay, if you bought down here at 70, look at this. 350% right now. Okay? Whoever was buying down here is soon going to take profits up there. Bob says SHX. Is that a crypto or a stock? If you're talking about the crypto, it's too new. I don't have any data. You got it, homie. Yeah, get those chart requests in if you guys have them here. I'm taking them right from the live chat and right here from our request, thread. KEVU, so this one actually just gave a monthly signal, so this one looks like it's breaking out on the macro. I would be in here on the daily, probably looking for a daily dot, just like you got right there at 17. This looks good. I mean, as long as that holds 17, that looks bullish. That is right below that monthly average, so I'd be a buyer of this right now with a target of up here between 24 and 26. Our target's up here, always in the red zone. You guys will learn that in the trading course. Again, if you guys are new and want to learn more about our strategy, we have that free trading course over here in the Discord. The Discord link's pinned in the comments section. I'm sorry, pinned in the description and pinned in the chat right now. But this one looks like it's going back to 22 to 24. I see one for DOT. I sold DOT yesterday. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of looking at it. Down and to the right, I mean, it's at the lowest price it's ever been. So if you still believe in the project, I kind of think it's a dead project, but I could be wrong. But I sold all my Polkadot and I went into XCN yesterday. XCN's going up and to the right. DOT's going down, right? This is an ugly chart, okay? This is a good-looking chart. I like this chart a lot. So I'm looking for the green dot there on XCN. That looks like that was a request too, just looking for the weekly. But I swapped all my DOT for XCN yesterday, and I staked it on their website, earning around 30%. I think this one is a newer project under the radar. DOT's kind of that like old altcoin from like 2020 that had a really big run up to 50, and then ever since then it's just gone to the floor from $50 down to $1.27. That's embarrassing to me. But there are some people that believe in it. I've followed their Twitter for a while. So, again, it's at the lowest price it's ever been. So if you're asking if it's at a good price or the technicals look good, I mean, it's never been at a lower price than it is today. And I would just be looking for that green monthly on it to confirm the bottom. I'd look for the monthly here. Okay, you had one right here at 3, and then it absolutely just failed. Okay, it failed to hold that support level. Okay, but I like charts like that are going up and to the right, like XCN. Okay, XCN is going up and to the right. Okay, this chart's pointing this direction while the other chart's pointing this direction. Tesla's too high. We're not down here. We called this out back here in April again. Right there into the average. Everyone was laughing at us. Everyone was having their jokes, having a good time, right? This thing went up 100% over the next year. Okay, more than that. Okay, like 150%. And again, we called the top on Tesla right here in December at 430. This is where we were buying Tesla. Up here, it's just too high. We want to buy when this wave is down here below the white line. Okay, that is our strategy. That is our buying strategy. So as long as the wave is below the white line, we are buyers. Until that happens, we just don't want to take a position. Okay, and yes, it can keep going. It can bounce on the yearly average right here and just absolutely fly. Okay, but our strategy is our strategy, right? We got to be disciplined. We got to be disciplined. Opinion on Chainlink? Yeah, Chainlink. This is a newer coin. It got released back here in December at $3, and it's another one that sank to the floor, kind of like Polkadot. The only thing I like about Chainlink right now is the fact that I'm collecting 23% APY on their coin. So they pay you 23% to stake it. This is a longer-term hold. Right now with Chainlink, I'm just looking for the green dot to potentially confirm a move higher. But this is a pretty classic Wyckoff pattern here, where they pump it and then they dump it, right? And then the buyers step in and it just rips. That's why I'm really looking for these green dots over the next 2 to 3 weeks, because this is part of the Wyckoff accumulation pattern. So this is where buyers step in, the people come in, right, with their people trade leverage like idiots, and you know they don't do it right, and then they get liquidated because they have a stop loss. Okay, right there, boom. They liquidate everybody, and then they rip it to the sky. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if we get a green dot in the next 2 to 3 weeks, that pattern could play out. Okay, and I could see Chainlink back here between 70 and $1.50. This is like an extremely low market cap right now, like a $6 million, something stupid. Okay, something really stupid. So I would just stake it and earn right now all the way down, and then when this wave comes back up here, we're going to sell it. Okay, we're going to take profit. What's engine? What's an engine engineer? Is that an old project or something? You said Chainlink's engineer is X-engine engineer. E-N-G-I-N. Engine. Oh, ENJ. That was a project back in the day. I remember that. What happened to this? Did he leave engine or something? What the hell happened there? That's crazy. RDD stock. RDDT. RDDT. Looking for the green dot. Again, we're not quite below our white line. We just need confirmation. We need confirmation. Sell signal came right here on January 20th, right there around 220. We also got some back here at around 280. So I would not touch this yet until you get the green dot. It's a crypto coin. Do you know anything about him? Because I really don't. I just heard the hype. And I think I started buying it around 20 or 30 cents. Then I bought it all the way down to 10 cents. So they have a pretty interesting X account. I mean, their X account looks legit. They seem to have a pretty legitimate community. I don't know why their stock's gone all the way down to a $6 million market cap. If it bounces back, I mean, it only has to go to like a $100 million market cap to be up here at $2. So if altcoin season's really gonna come, these might be some of the biggest winners. Oh, sorry, I'm drinking water. We already talked about Uniswap. BlackRock bought that either today or sometime this week. We saw that news cross on Twitter. Again, we're just waiting for the signal. But that big candle right there could have been BlackRock buying, right? They came in here and they bought it at these levels. Again, smart money. Who's the smart money? Smart money are people like BlackRock. Okay, smart money is BlackRock. Okay, they own trillions and trillions of dollars. Okay. They want to buy when everyone's panicking, when everyone's scared, when everyone's quitting, when everyone's giving up. Okay, they're laughing at those people. Okay, because they're getting them to do exactly what they want them to do, and that's panic and sell. Okay, they don't got no grit. Times get hard and they quit like cowards. Okay, we dig in here, folks. We want to buy with these guys, the smart money. That's the whole point. Okay, we don't want to buy when everyone's jacked up having a good time. We want to buy when people are down in the dumps. You know what I'm saying? Down in the dumps. Okay? And once you understand the psychology of how the market moves, these moves don't even phase you. Okay? They might phase you a little bit here and there, but ultimately this is how the market works, right? We have to invest thinking there is a chance we can go lower. And if it does, we should have a plan. What's our plan? Well, we're going to wait for the next green dot. Why? Because statistically, over the existence of this coin, it's been a great time to buy when this wave is down here given a green dot. Okay, statistically, it has been a great time. And if BlackRock's buying it, that tells you something. That tells you something, right? That they're legit. They're not a fluke. Yeah, that is a nasty wick. But, dude, it's right back down to where it was, right? Everyone heard the news up here at 460. They probably bought, and they shorted it right back down. But I'm telling you, Uni's sitting off of its 4-year average. You're buying it at a 68% discount. 68% off. Come get yours today. Okay, and you can see how it pulls back into that average and then sells off. So if you were buying here and it went back to 9, what could you do? You could take profits. Okay, if it breaks out of 9, wonderful. Let's go for a ride. But ultimately, from here to here, from there back to 9 is 150%, 160%. Yeah, look at Kronos. Oh yeah, dude. Man, this is where these are the times I just wish I had infinite money, because I just want to buy everything. I want to just buy everything right now. I just want to load up on every single thing. Okay, CRO's definitely one of my favorite projects. I mean, it's solid. Okay, everyone was super jacked up about CRO up here at 40 cents after they announced that, hey, we're partnering with DJT, Donald Trump's stock company, and blah, 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 right? That's when everyone wants to buy. We want to sell that kind of news, okay? And again, this one is currently sitting off of its 4-year average. All the way to the bottom was a 55% drop. If we're 55% off of the 4-year average, the word sell, okay, should not be in our heads. It should be accumulate, okay? Again, let's just take this. Let's forget crypto. If Amazon was sitting right now 50% below its 4-year average, let's go on down here. $88. Okay, it'd be sitting at $88 if Amazon was that far off of its moving average. So if Amazon was down there, would you be panicking and selling right now? If it was down here, all the way down here at the low, literally where it hit right back here in January of 2023 at $80 before it went all the way up to $260? I sure hope not. I sure hope not. Okay? Again, logical thinking here. The market rewards discipline, not emotions. I'm not saying your emotions are not valid. Okay? It sucks to be down on your 401k. Okay, this is why the majority of people just go take their money and they give it to a money manager, and the money manager, all the money manager does is just buy the S&P 500, take all the gains, and give you 5%. You're losing. Inflation's at 11%, and people are happy with 5% for someone else to just go do it. Okay, why not you? Why not you just do it? Just set your alerts and wait. It's all in waiting. Wait. Okay, sometimes stuff pulls back. Look at Amazon. It pulled back from 230 all the way down to 160. We got a green dot. People were panicking. People were like, "Oh my God, a bear market's coming. Trump's doing tariffs, and oh my gosh, rip it." Okay, and people are scared. That's when we buy. In our strategy, we know people are scared if this wave is down here. Why are people scared? They get scared after a 50-60% drop. Okay, 50-60% drop. Okay, that was a 32% drop, 34%. But for a stock like Amazon, that's a big dip. Okay, crypto moves up and down so big because it's so small. There's very little capital in crypto, right? Nvidia's stock alone, if you look at it in regards to market cap, Nvidia's stock alone by itself is worth more than every cryptocurrency put together. Does that make sense? Okay, look at this. Nvidia's stock is worth $6.2 trillion. Okay, all the shares added together are worth $4.62 trillion. Nvidia alone, by itself. How much is every single cryptocurrency worth, right? If you add up every single crypto in the world, okay, every single one of them, Bitcoin, Ethereum, 2.28 trillion. That's how small crypto is, guys. It is tiny. It is so easy to manipulate. That's why these moves happen. If you're looking at things, if this doesn't blow your mind, I need you guys to go research market cap and why it's important. If the stock of Nvidia alone by itself is worth twice as much as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Chainlink, HBAR, AVAX, VeChain, OP, Polkadot, everything put together, if NVIDIA stock by itself is worth twice as much, what does that tell you about our timing? It tells you that we are very early, dude. We are so early. Okay? And I tell people, I think the only risk to crypto, the only way we could be wrong, okay, if you're buying good quality, and again, there's many ways you could be wrong, I shouldn't say that. But really, the only risk to crypto overall as an industry is the grid going out. If the power goes out, that's it. We lose everything. But if that doesn't happen, if we're not betting on Armageddon, which could happen, I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible. At that point, money's not going to matter, though, right? You're going to be concerned about food, water, shelter, all the things, right? You're going to need to learn how to take a shower in clean water. You're going to need to learn how to debacterialize your water and filter it and hunt and, raise a cow, raise a chicken, get an egg. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the only risk. As long as I'm buying good projects in crypto that I think are going to grow over time with the industry, I'm fine with sitting through a 30, 40, 50% drop on my position. I'm fine with it. I'm okay because I'm thinking long term. I'm not thinking about today, right? My emotions tell me, oh, I should be, this sucks, right? And it does. Watching your position go down 50%, it sucks. But what's the logical way to react? It is. That's right. Yeah. To not panic. Yeah. STG, Stargate Finance. Does this have connections to what's his name? Sailor? Because this got a green dot back here at 10 cents. It's sitting at 20 cents now and looking like it wants to break out. This one looks really good. This one looks good. I'd use a stop loss at 12 cents. Hopefully you bought right there around 12 cents. But that one looks like it wants to break out. If it can get over 22 cents. You're seeing some of these altcoins pop off. I actually think this is an interesting looking chart. It's a very new coin, so keep that in mind. It's very new. It needs to get over that 22 hump. But as long as the dot is green, we're bullish. As long as it's green, we are bullish on the asset. Roblox, I see you, buddy. Sorry about that. Roblox having some trouble here. It is at the 4-year average, so normally if it hits the 4-year average, I want to buy it, right? I want to at least start a position. And if it continues to go down, like if you buy it right here at like 64, normally if I buy something and it goes down 20%, I want to buy more. Okay, I just add to the position if it goes down 20%. Okay, if it goes down another 20%, I'll just buy more. And then eventually it's going to come back up here and give us our signals up here at the top like it did right there at 130 when it was trading up here at a, what was that, a 40, 50% premium, a 52, 53% premium, 53% off the 4-year average. Okay, we want to sell this. Okay, we want to buy at a fair price. How do we know if we're at a fair price? I'll say it again because I need you guys to understand this. We buy at the average. That's how we know we're getting a fair price. If we're buying below the average, great, we're getting a discount. That's fine. Okay, here's the average, that 4-year average on the weekly chart. Okay, if it comes down here to 48 and goes 50% below it, what are we going to do? We're going to buy more at that time. There's no real way to tell if we're really going to bounce here. These dots are pretty damn accurate, okay, but they're not 100%. So you need to have a plan regardless. If you're saying, okay, I'm okay buying right here at the average price over 4 years, okay, because the majority of people were buying Roblox up here because they were excited about it, right? We were in the new paradigm, delusion, greed, right? Denial when we start to go down, and then it's all over, right? And now they're telling you that a bear market's coming, okay? So it's at the average. I like it. I like it at the average. XCN we already covered, my friend. Or did we? Yeah, XCN I think we covered. Just looking for the next signal. Okay, I like it right here, up above 0.004. I'm staking it on their website, so I'm earning around 30% APY by staking on their website, which I absolutely love. So I just want to see a green dot to confirm the low. But if you look at the monthly, again, I like how this chart is laddering up here. It's laddering up. So it's pretty close to my largest position in crypto now. Pretty close to my largest position. This and Chainlink are my two largest. To me, they're both no-brainers. ET. That one's got the monthly there, so macro trend is up. Weekly's a little high. You might look to buy this if it goes back into the average at 16. Not saying that's going to happen, but it looks like our red zone, so we can move this up a little bit to around 1750. If you wanted to use a stop loss there, I'd use a stop loss at 17, and I'd be a holder. and then I would sell it if it gets back up here to 21, right in that red zone. That'd be a good spot. These guys pay like an 8% dividend on their stock, so that's good. I would just say as long as it holds 17, it's good. But if it breaks down below 17, I would sell it and probably look to buy down here around 15. How much percentage am I down at the moment? Like over the year or today or what? Over the year or like today? STG is breaking out though, I will say. It is in the red zone though, so not my favorite spot. 12 cents looked like a good price. Cetus. Yeah, Cetus is also at the lowest point ever. So this was a big fundamental play for me. It was a technical play too. I think I started buying this around 2 or 3 cents, somewhere right in here. It's at the lowest price it's ever been. So again, if you believe in the project, if you believe in the fundamentals of the project, it's never been a better time to buy. And again, if you want to target that yearly average there, that's 7 cents. I mean, that is freaking 500% from where we're sitting. And I think this project is very strong because it's built on the SUI network. If you believe in the SUI network, if you believe in SUI, okay, if you believe in SUI, then CETA should do very well. This isn't going to go up till SUI starts to go up. What else we got? MBIS. How much am I down over the last year? I'm down 4%. My total portfolio is down 4% right now. 4%. Let me see. I'll show you if I could hide my balances. I just don't like showing people how much money I have on the internet. I think it's weird that people like get on there and flex that because, like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, I don't like people knowing how much money is in my account. Like, that's weird. Yeah, 4%. You're just gonna have to believe me. I could post a picture of it in I'll post a picture of it in the Discord after. But over the last 365, yeah, my portfolio is currently down almost 5% overall after this disgusting dip. I mean, it's just been a nasty dip. So when we bounce back, though, it's gonna be much higher. STG, we already covered that. Sol. Here. Let's see. I'm gonna post a picture in Discord for you right now, just because I want to be transparent with you guys. I want to be transparent. Okay, I'm down 6%. I lied. Nope, 4%. 4%. Yep. Here we go. Let me just go ahead. I'll share this with you here. I am not comfortable sharing the money in my accounts, right, on the internet. It's just weird to me. Like it is weird that people want to flex that. I see people on TikTok like showing their balance and they'll show like 800 grand and I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know. Isn't that just like asking to like get robbed, right? Isn't that just like asking to get robbed? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I just posted it. Here you go. 4% over the past year. That's on my Robinhood account. I don't know about the other ones. I'm not going to add. I have like 4 different wallets. So I would pay. Probably at the most, probably around 10% down, which is, in my opinion, pretty damn good for where the current state of the market is, given the fact that a lot of my names that I've been holding have been like just tanking. Like, look at that. I bought PayPal at 60. It's down here at 40. It's sitting at a 10-year low. Like, what were the chances of that happening? At a 10-year low? You got to be kidding me, dude. Same thing with Snap. We were buying at 7 or 8. It's at 5. That's ridiculous. And then the whole thing with HIMS, I've been able to upstand a lot of deadly drops that I had positions on. But that's because I'm diversified, right? I have 20 names. Okay, if I'm wrong on 5 and right on 15, I'm going to be positive by the end of the year, right? And that yearly chart is really the only one I care about. I only care about, hey, what's the year over year? Okay, what is it? I don't care about the daily or the monthly or the 3 month or the 6. what's the year-over-year returns? Okay, and if I'm down 4% after one of the deadliest dip on crypto, I'm still in the game, baby. I'm still in it. Right? I mean, every day. Look at Coinbase, down 5 months. Okay, we didn't get caught at the top, guys. I told you, we were buying crypto down here last year in March and April. Okay, if you want to go watch my videos on TikTok, scroll all the way back to 2025. Go look at what we were saying. Okay, people were and go read the comments. We bought down here. I have the receipts, and we sold up here. Okay, this is where we took profits. So we made a lot of money, and just because we bought here and are down this much, doesn't mean we're out of the game, right? Because this is going to bounce back. It's just a matter of when. Sometimes you have to sit through 30, 40, 50% drops on your stuff. I mean, that's just the way it is. Oh, Solana. Yeah, sorry, dude. I got ADD, man. I got ADD. Solana here, again, trading how far below its 4-year average at the moment. Currently sitting 42%. Well, it's about 30% off its 4-year, but $80 looks like a great price. I mean, if you want to wait till confirmation, wait till confirmation. That's what I would do. Wait for the weekly or wait for the monthly, one of the two. Because again, that is our buying strategy, folks. It doesn't matter. I don't care about the noise. We should not listen to Twitter or what anybody says about the market because nobody really knows anything. All that knows something, at least that has somewhat of an idea, is our indicators, right? Is the data. We all can use the data. The data, okay? So again, wait for the monthly or wait for the weekly on SOL, okay? If you bought it right here at the 4-year average at 120, you did your job as a long-term swing trader. You did your job, okay? You did not do your job if you bought up here or up here. These people got smoked. These people are toast. That's why we're at all-time lows on the fear and greed. Now we're at a discount, and now everyone's running for the door. The same people that were telling you to buy up here are telling you to sell down here, and that it's all over. Okay? Historically, it is a great time to buy. Okay, if you look at things in regards to a 4-year time period. Best time in 4 years, actually. Okay, since all the way back here, well, 2 years. So, again, $80 is a crucial level. Okay, if you want confirmation, again, wait for the signal. Wait for the signal. The chart looks ugly. Yeah. Oh, again, wait for the signal. This is also could be a long-term Wyckoff pattern here. Okay, you have support. They push it through those stop losses. They liquidate everybody, and then they get the green dot and they jack it right back up. That's called a V-shaped recovery. So it's going to be very interesting to see where the next round of green dots comes on these names. Again, I'm not going to sit here and predict a bottom, guys. I don't do that. I don't do that, okay? If I say it's the bottom, it's because that's what the indicator says. Okay, if I say, boom, this is saying, hey, boom, it's the bottom, right? I'm presenting that information. But if we get a red dot and you miss it, okay, don't be mad when it goes down because the only thing that invalidates a green dot is a red dot. And again, that red dot came right here on the 19th. This bar right here at 120. So if you were setting a stop loss, you would have set a stop loss at 115. You would have been stopped out all the way to the bottom. Now you're waiting for the next green dot to get back in or average down if you didn't sell. The good thing about if you didn't sell is that if you can hold for an extended period of time, if you can hold for up to 12 months on a name, I'm not saying it's going to take 12 months to rebound because, again, nobody knows. But if you wait 12 months to sell an asset, okay, you actually benefit from taxes. You don't have to pay as much in tax. So if this does keep going down, again, just continue to buy. And when it comes back up, if it takes 12 months to get back up here, I don't know how long it's going to take. It could take 12 months. It could take 3 months. It could take 2 months. It could take a month. There's no way to really tell, right? There's no way to tell. There's people that want to say it's going to go down for 4 years and you don't know, dude. No one knows that. Nobody knows that, dude. Trump could come out tomorrow and tweet, and we're right back up here at 300 tomorrow or next month. I mean, anything can happen, dude. Anything can happen. What's important is, A, are we asking ourselves the question, am I getting in at a fair price or a discounted price? Okay? And if we're looking at data, if we're looking at the long-term charts like the weekly moving averages, the 50 and the 4 are literally, in my opinion, the best ones to go off of. Okay? Because you're getting the yearly average and then you're also getting the 40-year average. So right now you're buying it at below the 4-year average price. So if you're using our strategy and our philosophy, we are trading at a discount right now. Okay, we are below the average, below the mean. Okay, that's the 4-year average right there. 4-year average, below it. Below it. Okay, we're down here at a discount. This thing could snap right back up here to 200, 300, 400 bucks. Okay, no one can tell me that, oh, we're going to sit down here for 4 years and just sit here for 4 years. Dude, nobody knows. Okay, that's why we don't use exact times, dude. Like 1 to 6 months. 1 to 6 months. I say 1 to 6 because, again, it could happen next month. Look at H-bar, dude. You guys remember 2019? Look at this. Green dot. Boom. 4 cents. It hit 40 cents. That came in October. We hit 40 cents in December. Or November. November to December. That took 5 weeks to go 1,000%. 1,000%. In 5 weeks. So how are you going to tell me that we're going to sit down here and go sideways for 4 years when you have no idea what's going to happen? All we can do is use the data to place our entries. Are we going to be 100% all the time? No, we're not. Okay, but the longer you're willing to wait, the more accurate you're going to be. The only thing that separates you from me and right and wrong in the markets is time. You can be very wrong in the short term. You could be so wrong. Like you could be really wrong, right, in the short term. But be very right in the long term. Okay, that's why it's so important not to panic. If you go listen to Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, they'll tell you, sometimes you have to sit through your stock going down 50%. They said that. The greatest investors of all time, okay? They said, sometimes it's going to go the other way on you. Sometimes you're going to be down up to 50%. You have to be willing to take that on. Okay, and again, you shouldn't be investing with money you can't afford to lose in the first place. Okay, I see some people talking about putting their bill money. That's stupid. Don't put your bill money in the market. Pay your bills, then put money in the market. Okay, take care of your family, take care of your communities first, and whatever's left over, put into the market, invest, and then just be patient. Just wait. Again, you're buying at a discount right now on most of these names. Okay, it's just going to take time to go back up. And again, it could happen at any time. We could be back there next month. Solana could be back to 300 next month. Could be back up here next month. That make sense? You're in Portugal, so you don't get taxed if you hold for 1 year. Man, I want to move to Portugal. How's the weather down there? I'm going to be honest. United States, I don't think is the greatest place to live anymore. I'm just being honest. Okay, I think that's an honest thing. They might shut me down for saying that because of all the censoring now, but it's just not. It's just not. It's very sunny. I'm going to check out Portugal, man. No tax on crypto if you hold for a year. That's insane. That's insane. They say the bear market lasts 52 weeks. Well, that's great news. I'm glad that you brought that up because we're literally in a bear market. We've been in a bear market since we got our sell signal up here. Okay, August to February is 8 months. So if you say it's going to last 12 months, well, I guess we got another 4 months of a bear market. But then what? Then we're going to bottom out and then we're going to fly. Okay, this bear market only lasted what? From December to April? December, that was 4 months. Rip. 8 months down, dude. 8 months. Okay, there was a little hope right here when we got our first set of signals at the average. But guess what? The smart money's like, nope. We're going to flush everybody out. We're going to cause everybody to panic, and then they're going to sell everything like a bunch of chicken shits. And then we're going to rip it right back up because that's what we do, because we manipulate and rig the markets against retail. But guess what? I ain't selling. Not going anywhere. BTC? Shout out to the Spartan Army, man. I love you guys. This would be so much. This wouldn't be any fun, right? And I tell you guys all the time, this channel is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us as a community. In the end, we win and lose together, and we're all here to support each other, man. I've been having to kick some people from the Discord just because we don't deal with negativity, man. The only way to cure cancer is to cut it out. So we have rules over here. and they're not that bad of rules, right? It's pretty much, hey, just be respectful. Okay, no promotions, spam, politics. Okay, keep the bothersome language to a minimum. If you wouldn't say it to your mama or your kids, don't say it. Okay, if you wouldn't speak the way to your mom or your kids, the way you're speaking in chat, don't say it. Okay, be kind and respectful. Okay, do not accept any friend requests or messages from anyone named Overkill, because it's not me. A lot of impersonators out there scamming people. The lowest of the low, scumbags. They're probably watching this video right now. I just want you to know that there is a nasty place in hell that if you continue, you will burn. Beware scammers. Okay, just don't accept friend requests from Overkill. I just do it for a security purpose. It's nothing personal. I love you guys. I want to be all your friends. But just know I'd never message you asking for crypto or asking for money or anything like that. Just know that. Okay, it's all written out over there for you. Please follow the rules. And let's keep it positive, man. This stuff's easier to do when we all support each other. Okay, everybody in crypto's down right now. You adding gasoline to the fire doesn't help the chat. Doesn't help the people in the chat. Okay, we got to look out for each other. TTU just needs the signal. Looks like they had earnings. I wait for the signal. That's fallen. The monthly chart is also pointing down. Got a MACD crossover. I'd hold off on that one. Okay, wait for the signals. I want to go to Portugal now, man. I want to go say what's up to my boy in Portugal. I want to move down there, and I want to go where it's sunny. This weather these last few months where I live has just been brutal. Oh, it's been cold and cold. That's about it. Cold and cold. No snow. But just no sun. I think that's the problem. Sun is the key. Sun is the key. Tiger and Pabs, TIGR. TIGR on the NASDAQ. Speaking of sun, I'm going to go get some after this. TIGR. We'll answer a couple more requests. If you guys got them, go ahead and get them in. This one looks good. We're up above the average, so that means we're in an uptrend. Right when it's down below it, we're in a downtrend. But when we're trending up above it, okay, that looks good. I'd put a stop loss at like 750 if you were in it. I would wait for the confirmation. Looks like a pretty small company, so just be careful on that one, right? They hardly make any money. 142 million a quarter. Not bad, but not great. I hope you know what you're buying there. We got PAGS, PAGS. This one's good. In a nice uptrend. I'd be in here on the daily looking for pullbacks. Okay, this one looks good as long as it holds, I'm going to say $9. Put a stop loss at $8.95 on that one. If it breaks down below $8.95, which would be, well, you could actually use this as a place marker. Yeah, about $9. That low right there is what I'd use as a stop loss. I wouldn't buy it up here, though, right? Our time to buy was back here and right here. That was at $8, and that was at $6. Again, if you bought at 8, bought at 6, your average is 7. You're up pretty close to 80% from where you're at. So don't want to buy it up here, though. If I did buy it, I'd probably buy a big pullback, maybe down to the $9.50, $10 range. Hubs, HUBS. This one's in free fall. So again, we got a MACD crossover. Okay, big fall here. What I do on this one is wait for the monthly. Okay, I think this one's going to bounce. The levels I'd be watching to buy this are 195, which we're pretty much sitting on that right now, and 136. Okay, 136 looks pretty prime, but I would ultimately wait for the monthly on this one. Okay, I mean, this looks like a stupid price to buy this right now. I mean, look how far below the average we are there. That's the 5-year average. So, I mean, you're talking 50% below that. I mean, we go to the 4-year. I mean, look how far off the 4-year average you are. 60%. I mean, that's insane. That's insane. So either a green weekly or a monthly is where I'd buy that one. This thing's in a falling knife. So watch for a bounce on that. Watch for a signal, right? Green dot is your friend. ZBCN. This one's trying to bounce here at 2 cents. Again, where was everyone jacked up about this at? Up here at 7 cents. Okay, way up off the average. I told you guys to sell back here. Okay, I got roasted. Absolutely roasted on Twitter. Okay, they were nasty too. And now we're all the way back down here at 2 cents. Again, we just go off the data. If something's up here, it's overbought. People are excited. We just have to accept that. We want to do the opposite of the herd. So if you like this project, I would say right here in this range between 2 cents and 0.0014 is your buy range. So anywhere in this is your buy range. Again, we're waiting on a green dot. If you get a green dot in this range, I think that'd be an awesome spot for it. Okay, just look for the signal. Weather's awesome in Florida. Good to hear, man. Florida's a little far from home. My wife doesn't like being away from her family, so yeah, I'm kind of stuck over here. But I might be able to talk her into Portugal. Who knows? Did I talk about H-bar? H-bar is still given the weekly, I believe. Oh, it faded, actually. But 8 cents looks like a good spot for it. I mean, that looks like a decent spot. If it does come all the way down here to 0.045, you could buy more. But again, if we're down here, we are in accumulation territory. Okay, we're in accumulation territory. I like it a lot down here at 8 cents. And again, that's a stance for six months out, right? I'm not saying I like it for tomorrow's price or next week's price. That's a stance for, like, what is today? Today is February, March, April, May, June, July. August would be 6 months from now. So, yeah, H-bar still looks good down here. It's still in our buy range or buy territory. Man, Uni really puked back all those gains, didn't they? Should I buy and start my funded right now? I mean, dude, in crypto, I don't think there's ever been a better time to buy than in the last, like, 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, unless you snagged it right here in, like, 2024, 2 years ago. Okay, that was decent. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, this is like one of those times where you just, like, want to bet the farm, you know, because it's just like you know you're going to be right. And, I mean, you can't never know for sure, but if crypto bounces back at all, and with all the ETFs launching and with all this stuff coming out, right, all these institutions adopting it, the federal government of the United States going to pretty much legitimize it as an asset in the world for the banking system, they're going to pass legislation that's going to pass the required legislation in order to legitimize the asset. That's happening. That's being voted on. It's being talked about right now. And when it happens, you think we're going to go to the floor? You think when that news releases, and they're calling for spring, they keep pushing it back, but they said spring of this year. So you think that's going to go to the floor when that happens? It could, but it's only going to be down there for a second, because anyone hearing that kind of news or understanding what's actually going to happen when that happens, right? You're talking about banks with trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars are going to have a safety net. Okay, there's going to be regulations in play that are going to protect them. Okay, when that happens, when those safety measures are taken and no longer can this market be manipulated, here comes trillions of dollars. Well, what projects are they going to buy with that money? Which ones are they going to load up on? You think they're just going to buy Bitcoin? Bitcoin doesn't do anything. It's a store of value. And for all we know, somebody very evil made it. Nobody knows the founder. Nobody knows who they are. Okay? Who do you think it is? All this speculation coming out over the last couple of weeks. Who do you think it is? What are the chances of that? I love you guys, man. Rocky Mountain says crypto is dead when people find out who created BTC, unfortunately. Yep, I mean, if it all turns out to be true, who knows what can happen? I'll tell you guys right now, I told you guys, I shorted MSTZ. Okay, this guy right here who owns this company, okay, he was in those files. Okay, his name in those files. Why does he own the most? In my opinion, he's going to take the fall. Okay, and when that happens, am I crazy for thinking this? I don't think I'm crazy. I think this is a legitimate like story. I mean, there's a reason that he owns the most. If he knows who created it, if that turns out to be true, I mean, that'd be wild. Okay, but I shorted it. I'm shorting it with MSTZ. So if this comes down here to 60 or goes to 0, sheesh. Yeah, that's going to be wild. And it has a red dot. So that's why I took the short. I told you guys I sold my Coinbase because they got earnings coming up. Okay, and I already have so much exposure to crypto. Okay, I have 12 cryptocurrencies in my portfolio, so I don't need more exposure in stocks to crypto by buying Coinbase. So I decided to sell that and play the other way. If Bitcoin fails, MSTR fails, we're going to make money on MSTZ. That's going to go up. BD, if you have trouble with the indicator, if you just got it, just go ahead and shoot me an email, and I'll reach out to you. Okay, you should get an email with a link. It should have a link in the email, and you click the link, and there's a video that you watch that just shows you how to load it right in. You got a point there, Moreno. I mean, you definitely got a point there. But, I mean, evidence is evidence, right? I mean, if there was a scripture you found from the caveman days saying, hey, this guy did this, it's very likely that he was at least involved in the construction of the fire. I mean, that'd be pretty good documentation for me. Pretty good evidence. If Bitcoin goes down, it all goes down. That's not always true. Not in altcoin season. We talked about this today. If you guys missed this video today, the Bitcoin dominance chart, I made a video on this chart. Okay, I highly, highly recommend, if you guys believe in technical analysis, come watch this video. This will trigger altcoin season, February 11th. Okay, watch that video right there. Okay, and then this one right here, understanding price action. That's another good one that just dropped today. Watch those two videos. This one right here is in the trading course now. Again, if you're new to the channel, I have a free trading course over here. Click on this link and everything loads right up into your TradingView account after you get the indicator here. Okay, and then the trading course link is right there. The trading course is completely free. Okay, you guys can watch that for free. What prompt firm should I use right now? I don't know what a prop firm is. March will have a pump. I think you're right. I think we're going to pump in March. And I'm fully positioned for that pump. Like I told you, I have 65% of my wealth is in crypto right now. So I wanted to take a short just in case I'm wrong and Bitcoin does sell off or something weird happens, like a black swan, like with HIMS. I'll make money going up. Okay, not just down. But this is a very interesting trade to me. Do you think a bear market like 2018 is possible if Trump? No, I don't. Trump is going to run this market hot, dude. There's not going to be a stagnant market there's not going to be a stagnant market with him. He's going to say stuff and do stuff, and dude, he knows what he's doing. I mean, like him or not, he knows what he's doing. He's a businessman, you know. So no, do I think this is going to happen over the next year? No, I don't think we're going to do this. There's just too much going on. There's too much money coming in. Too much money on the sidelines, right? You got gold ripping to all-time highs, silver. Everything's ripping to all-time highs except crypto. Crypto's going to have its time, dude. I'm telling you, it's going to have its move. It's just a matter of when. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's going to happen on this date, at this time. It's going to be this price. If you hear anyone doing that, just unfollow them, dude. Just don't even listen. I mean, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. MSTR is a strong buy at these prices. Okay, that's fine. I mean, yeah, historically, you're right. But, again, fundamentals matter as well. So, it don't look too good to me. I'd at least want the green dot to come back before I got interested. I mean, look at how much money this company makes. They don't make any money. They make $0.00. Yeah, I guess that's not zero, but 122 million? That's nothing. At least the guy that owns BMNR, what is he doing with his Ethereum? He's staking it. He's earning 3% a year on his billions of dollars worth of, at least he's making money. Bitcoin you can't stake. You could borrow against it, but that's how you get liquidated, when you borrow against your asset. That's stupid. Okay, at least the guy at Tom Lee, at least he's staking Ethereum and making money. He said he's making about $1 million a day off of staking, which is $365 million a year. And his company has no debt. So, I'm off the Bitcoin train, folks. I'm not a fan. Too much hype, too much weird stuff going on. I don't care, right? I want Ethereum. I want Chainlink, okay? Chainlink just made a partnership with the Bank of England. Okay, Chainlink is the key to the new financial system, to all the stuff that they're doing with stable coins. Okay, Stablecoin is going to be the standard. It's all going to be digital, and it's all going to be backed by stablecoins, and that apparently is going to be backed by something else, but it's not going to be the US dollar or the petro or the yen. It's going to be a stable digital asset. Okay, and they can't do what they're trying to do without Chainlink's technology, without Ethereum, right? They can't. Bitcoin, what's the use? It's worth something because people think it's worth something. It does nothing for the world. You can't stake it. You can't do anything with it. You can borrow against it. That's it. Okay, but what happens when you borrow against your asset? Okay, say old Ding Dong borrowed against his BTC to buy more BTC. Why was he buying up here at 120? He's an idiot. He's a moron. Okay, he's a pawn. Okay, is what he is. He's a pawn. Compromised. Okay, if he's in those actual you-know-whats, he's compromised. So I'm going to bet on MSTR going down. I mean, that's why I bought MSTZ. So it is the play against the Black Swan. If I lose, guess what? I got a stop loss on it around $9.90. So I'm cool if I'm wrong. If bear Bitcoin, then alts will crater. Let's see if that's true. We really just need Bitcoin to stabilize. We just need it to go sideways like this. Just hang out. Okay, the Bitcoin dominance chart is the key. I talk about that over here in this video. Okay, under the chart section, I just dropped this before the live. This will trigger altcoin season. Okay, when this comes down, that's when we're going to see altcoins. We haven't seen an altcoin season since 2021. Okay, and you guys will understand that when you go watch that video. But ultimately, everyone that got involved in cryptocurrency in the last 5 years has not experienced a real altcoin season. They haven't seen one. We haven't seen one in 5 years. Okay, and you'll understand what I'm talking about when you go watch this video over here. This will trigger altcoin season. Actually, you know what? I want you guys to watch this so badly that I'll even share the link right here with you. And just go over here. Just go over here to the chart section. We'll do that. 120K, Bitcoin's over 5. What's going to send Bitcoin to 500K? What will send Bitcoin to 500K? Imagine if what we've been talking about, hinting at here, the stuff in those papers is real. Just imagine if that's real. I'm not saying if Bitcoin drops, we're gonna rise. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I don't think about that stuff. I don't care. I'm just buying names that I want to own for the long term, that I know have utility, right? Chainlink, like I said at the beginning of the video, is 50% off of its 4-year average. Do I care what Bitcoin's going to do when this price is sitting down here, when I want to own this for the long term, when I want to give this to like my kids? Okay, no, I don't care. I don't care because I'm buying it at the cheapest price since all the way back here in 2023. Okay, that's a 3-year low, the lowest price in 3 years. That doesn't happen very much. So I'm not saying anything about Bitcoin. I'm just saying Bitcoin dominance, video over here, this one right here, go watch it, and you'll understand my stance on Bitcoin and altcoins. I think the money is going to flow into altcoins. What else we got? SMCI. That one's still good, right? You don't got anything to worry about till you get a red dot on the weekly. Okay, that one looks good. Stop loss on that's right there at 26.40. Or you could even put it right there at 27. 27.50 if you want to be less conservative. I put it at 27. Okay, but you have nothing to worry about. I don't set my stop loss till we get the red dot. Okay, till you see a red dot show. I'm getting there. We've answered quite a few requests. Quite a few. CPB. Here's a stock for you. Campbell's Soup. That one's got a monthly. So this is a value name here, right? They pay a good dividend. That one looks like the bottom's in right there at 25. It's bouncing. Apple. Apple's too high. Again, we want to buy Apple down here. We want to sell Apple up here. Okay, not touching Apple up here. If I am touching it, I'm using a stop loss at 260, but that is resistance right there at about 289. So if it breaks over 289, right, bull run. But again, look at the 4-year average. How far are we? You're buying it at a 30% premium off the 4-year. Peace Sky, I love that one, dude. Yep, love that one. Look at that. Beautiful pullback here, right into support. Missing the signal, but this one actually got the gold dot today. The gold dot on the daily is a signal that we, it's like a monthly, right? It's a buy signal for the daily chart. It's a 1 to 6 month hold. So to me, that looks like the bottom's in there at 10. I really, really like this name. They got $10. They got earnings coming up at the 25th, so next week. H-bar again. You guys are loving H-bar, aren't you? Yeah, that got the weekly signal, but it faded away. Again, 8 cents is a pretty big support level. You just want that signal to come back here in the next couple of days. The monthly chart also down here just needs the signal. Okay, $7 was a good spot for it. Looks like buyers are stepping in there. So all the way down to 7, I think, is a good price. Again, if you want to wait for the monthly, wait for the monthly. If you want to wait for the next weekly, wait for the weekly. Actually, that's false. Back in 2021, when altcoins were ripping, look what Bitcoin did. Bitcoin only went back to the high. Okay, this was the last altcoin season. Okay, the top of Ethereum was in November of 2021. Okay, let's go back to November of 2021. Right here, that was the top, 4,800. Okay, made a higher high. It went higher. Okay, Bitcoin did not go higher. Bitcoin got rejected. Okay. That was 2025. This was back here. 2021 was right here, November, boom. I guess it was kind of in the same area, but really, all Bitcoin did was just boom, and then sank, right? Ethereum also did the same thing. Ethereum and Bitcoin are pretty tied together, but like names like Chainlink here, right? Where was the high there? In November. So Bitcoin kind of topped out. I mean, whatever. Like I said, I don't care. If you want to buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. All the power to you. But what I would do is wait for a green dot here. Okay, nothing's going to go up until we get that signal. So until we get that signal, that's really all we care about. We're not here to argue about is it going to go up or is it going to go. We're here to wait for the signals. I'm not going off of what I think or you think. I'm going off what this technology thinks, this AI, right? These indicators. So again, we can go back and forth all day about what we think, but in the end, what are we doing? We're following a strategy, right? We're following a pre-planned strategy, goal, destination, logic, data, discipline. We have a plan, we stick to it. We don't care what people say or what the news says or what anybody else is doing. We simply just stick to our strategy. Okay, if we get caught up in all the little details about this and that, right, then we're distracted, right? Eye on the prize, looking for that signal. We'll make our analysis at that time. We'll see where the price is. And then we'll see what the market does, because no market is the same. Okay, those papers that I was talking about, those weren't out in 2021. Okay, those weren't around. Those weren't anywhere to be found. No one knew who the founder of Bitcoin was, and people still don't know for sure. But there is evidence that there is somebody out there who is the guy that owns pretty much the whole entire supply of Bitcoin that could dump it at any second, who's made out to be this big hero, and they build statues of him and all this stuff. It's like, who is he? Reveal. He's some superhero? Okay. That's what I'm saying. Make common sense common again. That's all we're trying to do here. Make common sense common again. If you believe in Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. If you believe in altcoins, Ethereum, Chainlink, poop coin, fart coin, buy it. Okay? I'm not here to tell you what to buy and sell. I'm here to present information. That's it. That is my goal. I'm not here to give you a fish. I'm here to teach you how to fish. AMT? AMT got a green dot down here on the weekly. So this is definitely a big zone. You can see we bottomed here in December, bottomed there in April, bottomed back here at 155 back in October. This does look good. This is another one of those value names. I think there's going to be a rotation out of tech into names like CPB, right? Campbell Soup, right? Very boring stock, not NVIDIA, not all these sexy Apple, Amazon stocks that are starting to go down. Well, what are people doing when they're selling their Amazon stock? Okay, they're rotating into something. What's that something going to be? Is it going to be crypto? Are these guys selling their billions and billions of dollars worth of stock up here to sit in cash? Why would they do that? Have you guys looked at the DXY? It's sinking to the floor. If I was the smart money, I'd be selling my Amazon up here. If I bought back in April, right where we got our signal, you're up almost 100%. Okay, let's take our profits and let's go buy something like Chainlink that they're building the whole entire new financial system on. Down here, sitting 50% below its moving average. It's 4-year average. Is that rocket science, guys? It's not, okay? If they're selling, if they're rotating out of the big names, they're going to buy something, okay? That could be boring stocks that nobody cares about, like Campbell Soup or Dow, right? Dividend stocks. Dow, these guys pay an 8% dividend. We called this out back here in July. Boom. Ripping, okay? This is where the money's going, okay? AT&T. But ding, AT&T. Doing the Ripski, okay? Green dots. How you doing? Okay? Why do you think about Amazon right now? Okay? We're red. Red means down. Red means down. Okay? Green means up. Okay? I feel like a caveman. Green mean up. Red mean down. Okay? But we got to think of it like a third grader, right? It's not hard, guys. Use the data. Don't let your ego or your opinion get in the way of your goal. Okay? We want to buy low and sell high. If you're buying cryptocurrency down here, good projects at the all-time lows of the sentiment, that's, again, this is the worst it's ever been. If you're invested in crypto, congratulations, you are witnessing history. This is history in the making, folks. I'm not making this up. You can look at this chart too. It's the lowest it's ever been. This measures the sentiment. Okay? I'm trying to see here if there's actual, like, how is the index calculated? Let's just look at this real quick, okay? How is this calculated? Okay, price momentum. This factors analyzes the price performance of the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization, excluding stablecoins. It assesses how these coins are performing relative to each other and the broader market. The index incorporates volume X. Implied volatility indicates BVI. I don't know what all that stuff is. For Bitcoin and Ethereum, which provide forward-looking measures of expected volatility in the next 30 days. Okay, that means there's going to be some volatility. Okay, there's going to be some big volatility in the next 30 days. The fact that we're sitting at all-time lows. The index considers a put-call ratio on Bitcoin to Ethereum options markets. A higher ratio of puts and calls indicates more fear. Puts to calls. So that means people are a lot more short than they are long right now. That means these people are probably going to take profits here pretty soon, or they're going to get smoked by someone coming in here and buying calls and liquidating them. Okay, so that means there's a lot more people betting that the market's going to go lower than it is higher right now. And normally you want to do the opposite of whatever everybody else is doing and everyone else is thinking, right, in regards to this. We want to buy when people are fearful, when they think it's going down, 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 bear market, and we want to buy when they're saying it's going up, right? Suggesting bear market expectations among investors. So it's pretty much telling us that we're in a bear market and we want to buy in bear markets. Okay, the component looks at the relative value of Bitcoin, BTC in the market using stablecoin supply ratio, SSR, measured, blah, blah, blah. The index also uses social trend keywords and user engagement metrics to capture market sentiment, retail interest, and emerging trends. So that's how it's calculated. That's the crazy stuff about it. But really, let's look at it simply and just say, hey, we want to buy when this is in extreme fear, and we want to sell when it's up here in extreme greed. Extreme greed was back here in November 22, 2024. Okay, let's go look and see where that was on the chart. So let's just go to ETH because it's a good place marker. Okay, Ethereum. Let's go back to November 2024. That was right here, okay, at 4,000 before we just got destroyed. So this right here, I exited out of it. But hopefully you guys get my point, man. Hopefully you guys are trying to, or getting something out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's these hard times that define a person, right? If you're someone that just gives up when times get hard, in my opinion, you're a coward. That's just my personal opinion, okay? That's where character is built. That's where success is. It depends on what you do at that time when you are down and when you are out. Okay, and I'm not saying we're down and out, right? We have each other. We have each other to pick each other up. We that's what we're here for. That's why we got a community. Okay, but we need to understand and look at these things from a logical standpoint, not an emotional standpoint. Okay, emotions get in control, okay, can get in control when stuff goes down like this. You haven't seen a dip like this since back here in 2024, and look what happened after the dip was done. Rip. Okay, imagine being that guy selling Ethereum down here, because again, someone has to sell down here. Someone has to sell down here in order for somebody to buy. There's always a buyer, there's always a seller. So imagine being those guys that sold down here at 1,500 and then watching Ethereum rebound back to 5,000. Okay, that was stupid. It was stupid because we could see on our indicator, we want to be buying down in this area, okay, down here, and we want to be selling up here. It's not going to matter if you bought Ethereum here at 28 or 1,900 if it goes back to 5,000. It might matter a little bit, but you're going to be just as happy. Okay, so again, buy good quality assets. That is the key. Oh, I got to put Dow back on the green list. DOW. That was a good request. Yeah, I wish I would have held on to Dow. I got impatient on Dow. I should have just ate that dividend that they had, but I'd be looking to take some profits on this one, though, on the next daily dot. One of our sell strategies, if you guys are familiar, we sell the red dot in the red zone. So the red zone on this is sitting at 39. It's at 34 right now, so again, if you got in on that green dot, that would have been a great trade. They're on the daily. What else we got? I like ETH for a long at 7 cents. Yeah, I bought Ethereum. I think I bought it around 1,900 or 2,000 back on Friday. I want to say I bought it like right at 2,000. So I'm down a whole $62 on it right now. So we'll see what happens. I think it's possible we can go sideways for a couple weeks, and then like someone said in March we have the move. But yeah, I think 1750 was the bottom for Ethereum. I don't think we're going lower than that. So anything close to that price is a gift. Yeah, we just shouldn't be using, don't use leverage. If you took a leverage down here, I mean, I was even looking at leverage online, but I don't know how to do it, but I just never would recommend leverage. I did buy, I guess you could call options leverage, but there is a way to do it, right? You don't want to risk a lot if you're using leverage. You want to risk a small amount. That way, if it does go the other way on you and you do get liquidated, you don't lose it all. But if you're using leverage, I only invest like 1 to 2% of my total portfolio in a leveraged position because it's leveraged, okay? But 1750 does look like the bottom for Ethereum, I will say that. But I never recommend leverage in crypto because it can be brutal. I mean, look at this. Think of how many people were leveraged right here. They're all liquidated. They lost all their money. Okay, when you get liquidated, that means you lose all your money. If you're still in the game, you're still in the game, baby. You're still here. Give yourself a hand. You're sitting through right now history, folks. I'm telling you right now, it doesn't seem like a cool thing to do right now, but you're going to look back on this at this time, and you're going to say, wow, dude, I stuck it out, man. At the lowest, the sentiment, it was never lower. Everyone was like, oh, a bear market's coming, and it was all over, and it's all going to zero, and dude, I didn't listen. I stuck it out. I bought when everybody else was scared. You go listen to any great investor, they tell you, right? They're going to tell you that they bought when things were bad. They bought when people were scared. They bought when everybody else was exiting. That's how you win, dude. If the stock market, or if the real estate market went down 85% or 73% tomorrow, would you guys want to buy? If prices just got cut in half, your $600,000 house was only $300,000. Would you be rushing to sell your house if you owned a house and you bought it for $600,000? No, you wouldn't. But with stocks and crypto, see, it's so easy to sell. It's so easy to get emotional and say, "Oh no." And then click a button, and then you're out. Then you lost. So, again, logic. Good to hear, Marino. Love you, brother. DJT. DJT, this is one of the assets I liquidated for Snapchat. I just honestly got tired of it. It's just been hanging down here. It's red on the monthly and red on the weekly. I don't know, man. I don't know why Trump just wanted to rug pull everything, but historically, though, it is down here at its low from right there at 990. That was the low for DJT. So historically, it's a good time on the chart to be a buyer. I just want to take my chances with Snapchat because they're an actual company with actual earnings. Right, they're making $1.7 billion a quarter, whereas DJT is making nothing. Right, so I decided to bet on the horse that's actually producing. So I sold my DJT. I actually sold it for a profit because I bought a bunch of it at $10 and sold it at $17. But I took the remaining of my DJT and I just rolled it into Snapchat. Yeah, Nail's having a good day. Nail's having a good day. Okay, that one's probably going up there to 100. DUOL at a decision point or a discount. Yeah, this thing's getting hammered. Wow, it's down big. Yeah, so on this one, just wait for that green dot. This thing's gotten murked. See, everyone was asking about it up here in August at 500. Now it's at $100. People don't care. 95 looks like a pretty interesting level there. Ultimately, again, what are we doing? We're waiting on the signal. We are waiting on the signal. That one came right there. You had your stop loss set right there at 166, 165. Tanked it, right? When the stop loss gets hit, that's when things flush. Okay, that's when you see the liquidations. Yeah, you guys can get the indicators over here in the trading indicator tab. Just click on this link right here, and everything loads right up. All the settings, everything. Your screen's gonna look exactly like my screen here. Did you get stopped out of SOSX? Not yet. Not yet. No, we did break 170 today, though. I'm just watching NVIDIA. Honestly, I just don't want to see NVIDIA break out here over, I'm going to say $200. Okay, if that happens, then that trade was a bad one. But, I mean, look at NVIDIA's monthly chart. I mean, this just looks stupid. This is just bubble territory, dude. Insane. Okay, insanely overbought. Again, look at the separation here. 43% off. And with Amazon and stuff starting to sell off, Microsoft, right? Look at Microsoft. Okay, I think NVIDIA is the one to follow. Microsoft actually don't look too bad here at 390. It's right there into its 4 years, so it is sitting at a decent level if you want to own Microsoft. But yeah, I again, just wait on the green dot. I'd rather buy Microsoft here than NVIDIA. Because, again, it's sitting at its 4-year average. NVIDIA is, what did we say? It was 50, how far? 45% off of its 4-year average. So I don't want to buy something at a 45% premium. Now, where do you DCA? You DCA on the next signal. If you bought right here at 150 and it's down here, you're down 25%. So, again, you want to buy that next green dot on the chart. That's where I'd average down. SUI going to go up so badly in the next year? Yeah, I agree. SUI is a solid project. It's very solid, okay? Had a bad month, but hey, a bad month don't mean a bad forever, right? Just because we're down for 1 month don't mean anything, okay? We're simply just waiting on the signal. Is DJT a bad hold? It depends. If you believe in the company. I mean, if you believe in Trump, to be honest, I'm starting to have my concerns about Donald Trump. I'll be 100% honest with you. I voted for him, all that stuff. I think he is doing some things right, but, you know, some things he's done in these markets has just not been cool. Like his this thing pissed me off. This really pissed me off, okay? That pissed me off. This pretty much ended our altcoin season. I mean, this was at the top of the market. Everybody was hyped up. Everybody was jacked up. What does he do? He drops a coin. He gets everybody to buy it up here, and now it's at $3. I mean, that's greed right there, man. I mean, that's crazy. So, I don't know. DJT, again, look at them as a company. They don't make any money. They make $0. They have no income. So they're sitting on a lot of cash apparently, but again, I sold it to buy a company that actually makes money, at an 8-year low, right? Snapchat's at an 8-year low, and it actually makes money. They actually have a user base. DJT, their app does not have 477 million daily active users. Okay, they don't make 1.7 billion a quarter. So again, it was more of a fundamental swap than anything. I do believe, if you're looking at things from a technical standpoint, that DJT is at a good point, right? Because again, we got the low over here from 2021. That's a 5-year low. Okay, so above 950, if you're in it here, what I would do is I would set a stop loss below this at like 950. If 950 breaks, I would sell it. Yeah, sure, I'll make you a mod. Just promise to keep the chat in check. Keep everybody, keep everybody in check. Make sure there's no fudders in the chat or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade you, brother. Boom. Say hello to your new YouTube admin, Moreno. You have been rewarded the rank of general. I promote you. Kendra says, I just sold the last of my gold buying Link. That is beautiful. That's like music to my ears right now. I just love that. Look at gold. Let's look at gold. I haven't seen gold. Kendra says she sold gold. Look at that. I love it. She sold it at the high. She's selling it at a premium up here. Okay. 45% off of the 4-year average. And she's buying Chainlink. Probably one of the best no-brainer cryptos out there at a 50% discount. Massive. Massive. Huge. Huge. Let's look at the last bull run for gold. Gold was up here at 2,000 back here in 2020. And it was about 40 or 30% off before it pulled back. We are at the biggest premium we've ever traded at in gold, 45%. My wife and I got a gold coin for our wedding, and I think I might go sell it and buy more Chainlink. What do you think? What do I think about QNT? QNT looks good, man. It looks good. Again, let's identify where the buyers have stepped in. We had some buyers back here in 2024, about 2 years ago, at $50. Okay, what did it do? It pumped up to 160. What did it do? It came back right here. Now you can say the buyers stepped in right there at 54. They stepped in right there at 60. We're sitting at 70. Okay, you could have bought down here, but I like it, man. I like where it's trading. I would just look for a green dot on the weekly, as always. Yeah, altcoins are correlated pretty good, aren't they? It's kind of weird, actually. It's kind of interesting. I mean, Uniswap, look at this move today, folks. What do you call this candle? Let me turn these ribbons off. What do you call that candle? Holy cow. Oh, my God. BlackRock bought it. Wow. That's insane. But BlackRock's apparently buying here, according to the news, and I don't blame them. Right? I mean, we're sitting below the 4-year average. We're 67% off the 4-year. That's insane. That is insane. XRP from my boy Kane. What's going on, brother? XRP says it's 4-year average, so I think $1.36 right now is a good price for it. Ultimately, we want to wait for the signal, though. Okay, again, we called out XRP back here at 50 cents in October of 2024. I haven't liked it since this time. Okay, now I'm getting more and more interested, but everyone was excited and all jacked up here at 350, right? Everyone's yelling for $10,000 by the end of the year. Everything's good and dandy, right? When everything's going up. Everyone's excited. They're on their high horse. They're telling their family and their friends how great they are, right? But they don't take profits because they're greedy, okay? They don't take profits. They just think, oh, it's going up forever. It's never going down. right? And then this happens, and now they're panic selling, right? Now they're selling, but we're at the average. So I would say you're getting a fair price for XRP here. Look for that confirmation. Again, we got a signal right here at 190, and then a red dot followed on the 19th, which sent it lower. So we're simply just waiting for another dot there on XRP. If you believe in XRP for the long term, I think this is a pretty fair price for it. Bro drops alts, plain and simple alts. Just go to zero, go back to bed. T coins from 26. I don't know what that means. Heck, I'm going to buy some more Link too. Hey, why not, brother? Load up. Some of the alts will disappear for good. You're right. Some of the alts will disappear. All the butt coins and the fart coins and all those weird coins are gonna disappear. That's why we have to invest into technologies. Okay, Chainlink is my largest position because of its technology. XCN is my second largest position because of its technology. Okay, SUI is one of my largest positions because of its technology. Ethereum is a big position because of its technology. Okay, does that make sense? I'm not buying butt coins and fart coins. Okay, we're buying good quality assets, good quality projects. You have to buy good fundamental projects if you want to succeed. Don't chase the 10x, 20x, 30x, 100x. Just don't. Don't do it. Oh, top performing coins from 2017. Half are dead. Yeah, Litecoin's another good one. Litecoin's like the OG, dude. Look where it's at. Okay, let's look at the monthly chart of this. Okay, this was back in 2022. We bought them right there at 40. And back here in 2020, we bottomed at 25. We're sitting at 50. So, again, we bottomed at 50 here, bottomed at 50 here. Are we really going to capitulate all the way down here to 25? I don't know. But if we do, dude, you bet I'll be buying. You bet I'll be looking for a way to find some money to buy some more. Okay, boom, $27, bang. Okay, if that happens, great. But I do think 50 is a fair price for LTC. I mean, look, it hit 50% off of its 4-year average. So you're buying below the 4-year average right now. And again, it's a different time. Right? There weren't ETFs back here. There weren't ETFs back here, and there weren't ETFs back here. There's ETFs now. Meaning institutional money that buys this stuff. Okay? There weren't ETFs back in the day. So it's a different market. There's a lot of different things going on. A lot more has developed since then. So, again, all we could do is just wait for our signals. We don't have to guess. We don't have to get our magic ball or whatever. We just simply wait for our indicator to tell us, like, hey, here's the potential bottom. Okay, let's take a stab at it, right? If it goes the other way on us, what are we going to do? We're going to wait again, and then we're going to take another stab at it, and then another one, and another one. And when it finally comes back up here, because it always does, right? It's never not came back up here. That's when we're going to sell. NVO. This is the last one for me, folks. Last one for me for today, NVO. This one's still sitting at a good price. I still really like this one above 42. I did get stopped out on it like an idiot. It literally came down, hit my stop loss, and bounced right back up. But over $42, $43, this thing is very strong. It's green on the monthly. One of the only stocks with a green monthly right now. And it looks very strong here. I like it right here below 50. That's going to be it for today, folks. We'll continue with these chart requests here tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, never miss an episode. Make sure you guys get your chart requests in when we open the thread over here inside the Discord. It's by clicking on this link. If you have any trouble, shoot me an email and I will get back to you. I have to get to a meeting here shortly, but I will get back to you in those emails. Expect an email response from me within 24 hours. I check my email first thing every single morning. If you guys have questions or need support, I'm here to help. And you guys always have this support chat as well. In case I'm not around, someone from the team can help you out over there in support chat. So with that being said, guys, God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening.